Good evening, everybody. Hello. My name is Hannah Karmi. I am a proud Jewish American-Israeli woman, and I recently completed my master's degree as a physician assistant. This wouldn't have been possible without the JVS Scholarship Program, where I received a Sims Mann Family Scholarship grant, for which I am most grateful. Now in its 51st year, JVS Scholarship offers hope and opportunity to Jewish students in need. Since I was 17 years old, I have been responsible for and paying all my bills. However, there was a time when I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. If it were not for the Sims Mann Family Scholarship, I, like many other students, wouldn't have been able to pursue my education and become a successful and contributing member of society, helping others as you have helped me. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you, JVS SoCal, for providing me the opportunity to focus on my studies and prosper as a soon-to-be physician assistant. Your generosity has truly made an impact on my life. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Francisco Lopez, and I'm a JVS SoCal Apartment Works graduate. Before I found JVS Apartment Works, my economic outlook was gloomy. I had to leave my apartment when my job at an industrial factory was cut due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I was living in my RV, which was leaking, and I barely had enough money for gas for the generator. When I found this JVS program on Craigslist, I couldn't believe it. It would train you for free? Wow. The program was a great learning experience for me. I was able to transfer the skill set I have acquired from my last job, learn new skills, and honestly, I got to meet a lot of great people. I graduated last February, and the day I finished the program, I was interviewing for a job. 7 days later, I started work at Great Star in Hollywood. It is thanks to the support and generosity of people like you that I now have a steady job and I'm able to support myself. Thank you, JVS. Thank you for everything. And now, please watch this video featuring our colleague Yesenia.
I would say the CareerWorks medical program is the best program to help you get started in the healthcare industry. I had been working at Ross for over 6 years as a front-end supervisor. I knew retail was never for me. I had always wanted to do something in the healthcare industry, and when I found this program, I was super excited to get started. It was just so quick and easy. Within the 8 weeks, I had learned most of the fundamentals that we need to know when we enter the healthcare. And also, before my 8 weeks, I was already applying to different jobs. And on the day of my graduation, I was fortunate enough to get an offer from one of my applications. I came in with no background experience in the healthcare industry, and RadNet took a chance with me and gave me the opportunity that I was looking for. And now I've been with the company for over 1 year and 7 months.
Good evening. My name is Emmanuel Esinete, and I'm a Navy veteran. I was born in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria, and my family moved to Los Angeles in 1996. When I was 18 years old, I joined the U.S. Armed Forces, where I learned many valuable skills and obtained a degree in healthcare administration. I thrived. After 24 years of service, I left the Navy, but I yearned for a second career. I wanted to learn about information technology, and I heard about JVS SoCal's Los Angeles Veteran Technology Training Academy. Even though I was short one requirement. JVS facilitators helped me get the prerequisites that I needed for the 16-week course, which earned me a crucial Microsoft certification. After graduation, JVS SoCal was there for me again, and I interned here as an IT specialist with a fantastic mentor that helped me gain experience. Today, I am proud to work for JVS SoCal in this IT department and support a vital work. I am also a proud new father with a beautiful 2-month-old son. I want to thank JVS SoCal for the generosity of the people like you who believe in our dreams and help people like me to achieve my goals. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating his 11th year hosting JVS SoCal's Strictly Business, please welcome the award-winning Los Angeles TV icon and your host this evening, Fritz Coleman.
Thank you so much. Bless your hearts. Good evening, folks. Everyone is so welcome to the 24th Annual Strictly Business Awards Dinner for JVS SoCal. And thanks to our 4 wonderful JVS SoCal clients, Hannah and Francisco and Yazania and Emmanuel, who shared their personal stories to open the program. Tonight, we honor outstanding individuals and corporate partners in our community who have set the standard for social responsibility and for philanthropy. And we honor our JVS SoCal clients who have faced challenges, embraced a new journey, and have changed their lives for good. From our humble beginnings, 9 decades ago, JVS SoCal has believed in creating a just world, a world of equity and inclusion and access. Today, JVS has become a life-changing network of education and support services that empower our clients to effect real multi-generational change for themselves, their families, and their communities. Many of those we serve come from marginalized and underserved communities. JVS provides the practical tools, the training, and the resources they need to overcome barriers to employment and to transform their lives. For some of our clients, JVS provides the opportunity for access to first careers. For others, a second chance to start over in a new field. And for still others, the possibility to rise up from adversity and completely reinvent their life purposes. That is the power of JVS SoCal. And these stories of hope and redemption are only made possible with your support. We thank you so very much. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge a few of our generous sponsors for tonight's event. Our title sponsors, RadNet, God bless them, and Thorson Insurance Services. Our presenting sponsors, Karen and Howard Berger, Susan and Fred Kunick, Barbara and Tom Leanse, Saw Voltcom Construction, Wells Fargo Bank, and our ambassador sponsors, Bank of California, Bank of America, Infinex, Patricia and Marshall Geller, Graystar, Debbie and Rick Powell, TriStar Realty Group, and U.S. Bank. And our guardian sponsors, Avalon Bay Communities, Beverly Radiology Medical Group, Children's Hospital Los Angeles, City National Bank, Edison International, First Citizens Bank, Hometown Electric, and Mark Hool Designs. Thank you all. Give them all a round of applause, folks. We have a pretty inspirational program for you tonight, and you will meet several more JVS clients, and later we will present our 2023 Corporate Partnership Award to RadNet, Dr. Howard Berger and Karen Kaplan Berger. Give them all a round of applause. They're all so important to us. But now to present the 2023 Founders Award, I'd like to introduce last year's Founders Award honorees, Jeff and Nancy Paul.
Good evening, everyone. Last year, we were so honored to receive the JVS Founders Award. This year, we have the great privilege of introducing the recipients of the 2023 award to our very good friends, Barbara and Tom Leanse. Barbara and Tom have been strong supporters of many diverse and important causes, both here in the Los Angeles community as well as the entire country. In 2013, their leadership in our community and philanthropic endeavors were recognized when they received the Anti-Defamation League's Humanitarian Award. The history of Tom and JVS began in the 1960s, when as kids, he along with our past JVS CEO, Alan Levy, and longtime JVS supporter, Rick Powell played competitive basketball in Rick's driveway. The losers had to take out the Powell's garbage cans to the street. High stakes. Barbara and Tom met in the 1990s. They were working at a Cedars-Sinai charity event. Tom was then and still is a member of their board of directors, and Barbara was the director of Cedars-Sinai's volunteer program. In 2002, before they started dating, Tom had asked Cedars' general counsel if there was any prohibition on Tom asking Barbara out on a date. He's a very straight guy. Permission was given. However, he was cautioned that hospital policy limited the value of gifts he could give Barbara to $100. In 2005, before asking Barbara to marry him, he once again asked permission from the general counsel, and once again permission was granted, but Tom was again cautioned. You can only give a gift that's it's $100. And he says, and you know, a cubic zirconian engagement ring would look terrific. Despite all of that, they were married in 2006. Tom and Barbara no longer have that 100 gift limit, but they do have 4 amazing children: Michael, Annie, Will, and Morris.
Today, Tom is still on the Cedars-Sinai Board of Directors, while Barbara retired from Cedars almost 5 years ago after working there for 34 years. During those years, Barbara and her team created unique programs for volunteer participation and also expanded the number of volunteers from 1,000 to 3,000, making Cedars-Sinai the largest hospital-based volunteer program in the nation. In 2016, Barbara and Tom donated the Leanse Ratner Food Pantry at the Karsh Center at Wilshire Boulevard Temple. The Leanse Ratner Food Pantry provides nutritionally balanced groceries for the Korean and Hispanic communities in the surrounding Mid-Wilshire area. Barbara is also involved in several JVS social programs. She is active with the JVS Scholarship Program, interviewing college applicants in need of financial assistance. Barbara is on the council of JVS Women's Leadership Network, and she and I co-chaired the Women to Women Conference for 2 years. Barbara is an active Board of Trustee member at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, and she is on the Cedars-Sinai Board of Governors. She is also starting a new nonprofit called Women Inspiring Next Gen to help underserved children in the Los Angeles area. It is with the greatest pleasure that Jeff and I present the 2023 Founders Award to Tom and Barbara Leanse.
Barbara and I would like to thank Jeff and Nancy for their kind words and their friendship. We would like to congratulate our co-honorees, RadNet, and our friends, Karen and Howard Berger. The Bergers are truly special people, and it is because of their involvement that this event is so successful. We would also like to thank Jorge Lazaro and Jeremy Stanford, 2 of the people at JVS SoCal, who did much of the heavy lifting to make this a successful event. When it comes to making this a successful event, there was no one who committed more time and more effort than our dear friend Rick Powell. Rick, we knew with you in the lead, there was no option other than for this event to be an over-the-top success. To all of our friends and family, many of whom are here tonight, who support our efforts to make the world better by helping people improve their own lives, thank you. Finally, we would like to thank our children who are here tonight and our son who is not for their continual support in our philanthropic activities. It means a lot to us.
It's been a long time since I had volunteer week. So, many of you may not know me, but I spent most of my professional career as the director of volunteers at Cedars-Sinai, helping people help others. That's why I love JVS and Women's Leadership Network, because they both help by giving people the skills to improve their lives. It's a perfect example of the proverb, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. JVS teaches people how to fish. I initially became involved with JVS WOA Mentoring when Debbie Powell invited me to a culminating celebration of WOA Mentoring mentees and mentors. WOA Mentoring is a mentoring program to assist and empower women experiencing various types of career crisis or transition. This program helps women change their own lives. So I joined. I mentored a woman who was trying to change careers while anticipating pushback from her family. I helped her navigate a pathway to make a successful career change. In 2013, the first woman-to-woman conference was created. The conference showcases inspiring women leaders who have broken through the barriers to succeed in a man's world. Like one of our last year's speakers, Kristen Crowley, who is the first female fire chief in Los Angeles. I joined the Council of the Women's Leadership Network, which has since expanded the early WOA mentoring program into a broad spectrum of life-changing services, supporting women as they chart new and rewarding career journeys and change their own lives. One of the ways we do this is through our impact grants. Grants are given to help women in the JVS Works programs who are experiencing extraordinary difficulty in their lives. The Works programs are the core programs of JVS, providing tuition-free job training and job placement. They include Bank Works, Health Works, Apartment Works, and Career Works Medical. They're great. A recent impact grant participant was a woman whose husband suffered a stroke and who then became the sole provider and caregiver for her husband, her mother, and her grandmother. To remain in the JVS Works program, she needed help to cover rent, utility bills, and groceries. WLN stepped in and awarded her an impact grant to cover her expenses so she could complete the program. We helped her so she could help herself by getting the training needed to change her own life. Our next woman-to-woman conference, The Power of Purpose, is November 8th, 2023. Get more information on the JVS SoCal website and join us. Join us to make a difference. Thanks to the encouragement of Nancy Paul and Sally Harris, I also serve on the JVS Scholarship Committee, which assists college and graduate students meet their financial shortfalls. The scholarship program showed me another way that JVS helps people change their own lives. To all organizations who financially support the Works programs and then higher works program graduates, thank you. You are making a difference. There is nothing more rewarding than helping someone in need to discover a new skill, a new career, a new life. Being involved with WLN and JVS has been a gift for me. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Nancy and Sally, and all of the other people in this room involved with JVS SoCal for bringing me in and helping us help all the JVS clients. And I thank you for this award. Thank you.
Wow. Congratulations, Barbara and Tom. We just appreciate you so very much. Thank you for what you do. Now, our first Inspiration Award honoree tonight is Chantel Polk. Chantel is a single mom, 6 kids, and a dedicated healthcare worker. When COVID hit, she found herself out of a job and in a serious financial crisis. Chantel was faced with an uncertain future for her family, and she was without hope. Thanks to JVS SoCal's CareerWorks medical program and an impact grant from the JVS Women's Leadership Network, Chantel's career is back on track. And here's her story.
I'm a single mom with 6 kids from the ages of 14 to 3. It's very difficult trying to raise 6 kids by yourself, but they are my motivation to keep going in life. So before I found JVS, I was like going through like a rough time in my life to where I had just been laid off. And I was looking for work, but it was hard at that time because at that time it was COVID. So everybody was getting laid off and everything was shut down. And like, what was I gonna do? Like, you know, because I have 6 kids to care for, not just only myself. So a lot of emotions were running kind of wild. So I found out about JVS through the Workforce Center in Palmdale. I walked in and I seen a flyer. So then I called, I got enrolled. So JVS gave me hope. CareerWorks Medical is an 8-week program, free of charge. They teach you a lot of basic skills. And at the end of the 8-week program, they help you with job placement. The teacher that was teaching the program, she was very supportive. She would like always call and check in on me if I was running a little late, or just to hold me accountable for the time. And having that support from JVS really motivated me and kept me on track. So after I finished CareerWorks Medical, I was offered a position, and I didn't have the money that I needed to get the uniform. So it's a grant that I was given through Women's Leadership Network that helped provide those work clothes, shoes, and other supplies I needed to be able to get to work because I was unable to pay for them at the time. Going through the JVS program allowed me to build my confidence, obtain a job, be able to take care of my family better. So my kids see me, you know, doing it by myself, not with the help of the other parents, the fathers or whatnot. So that even, I guess, creates them to be more stronger, to see like, oh, my mom did it by herself and she didn't give up. So that's another positive thing that they can look at and say like, okay, like my mom did it, I can too. In March of 2024, I will finish my classes and become a licensed vocational nurse, and I'm really looking forward to the future.
Now, please welcome Chantel Polk, everybody.
Hello. Thank you all for their generous assistance in training and support. I am beyond grateful and appreciative for you guys helping me succeed on my career journey. Thanks to JVS SoCal and the Women's Leadership Network, I know I can succeed in the field of healthcare and provide my children with better opportunities in the future. I promise I will work very hard and eventually give back to others the way I have been given to. Thank you.
Congratulations, Chantel. Our next Inspiration Award honoree tonight is Ernesto Sanchez. He is a great example of the power of human potential. Ernesto's early childhood, growing up with a single mom in South Los Angeles, was defined by violence and trauma. After turning to crime, Ernesto found himself facing a long prison sentence. Refusing to be defined by his past experiences or his disadvantages, Ernesto found hope at the West Los Angeles Job Center operated by JVS. Ernesto's story is a testament to the unlimited possibilities for redemption when given the grace of a second chance. Please watch.
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. I grew up to a single mother. My mother was left to raise me and my older sister at a very young age. My father walked out when I was 3 years old, so things became difficult for me early on. I did suffer a lot of mental, emotional, and verbal abuse that came from my mother. I pretty much had already accepted what my environment was, which it was a drug and alcohol and gang-infested community. So I gravitated towards that. I can say probably around 11, 12 years old, I already pretty much knew what I wanted to do, and I wanted to be a gang member. I wanted that acceptance, that feeling of belonging to something, right? I had really lost my identity. I had come to a point where I really didn't have no self-worth and I didn't value my society. So at 18 years old, I committed a senseless crime that changed my life forever. It changed the lives of many other people in my community. I shot at 2 police officers in the event of a gang-related murder, and I was shot 5 times. You know, I am thankful that these officers didn't get hurt, but you know, my actions to this day still haunt me, right? My actions to this day still have a ripple effect. At my trial, I was sentenced to 2 life sentences, which is equivalent to 100 years. Honestly, I never thought that I would even make it home at that. You were basically gonna die in prison. While I was in prison, I had this epiphany. I started really to reflect on the choices that I had made that had brought me to prison. And I knew that if I couldn't really change my environment, the only way to really change was to change myself. So at 25 years old, I started making good decisions. I distanced myself from the lifestyle. I separated myself from individuals that lived the lifestyle. I facilitated groups. I was able to get certifications, even at one point being a drug and alcohol counselor. In 2022, I was given an opportunity to go in front of a California Board of Parole hearings and show my change. And I was found suitable to enter society and get a second chance. While I was at the transitional housing after prison, I was introduced to JVS, which is the work source in West Los Angeles. They offered us the pay work experience. From the pay work experience, I completed that and I entered the subsidized employment, which kind of gave me more an opportunity to grow and expand, now to the point that I'm gonna get fully hired by them also as well, so that I can continue my work as a reentry career coach. JVS has really changed all aspects of my life. I now have my own car that I pay for, fully covered. I have my own apartment, and I couldn't be more thankful because it's allowing me not only to provide for myself, but to be able to provide for my family. The relationship that I have with my son, it's just beyond words. It's like the best gift that you can ever have, to be able to raise a child and be able to give him what you didn't have. He's about to start preschool. For me, it's a very fulfilling feeling. It is, because I see his tenderness, I see his innocence. And one of the things that I'm very grateful is what JVS has done for me. Because for one, I had never really heard about JVS, and they've been around for 90 years. But the love and acceptance that I get from my peers and that I get from my co-workers and the people that work here, and even from the clients, right? It's beyond words, because to help somebody and to inspire somebody to be a whole lot more, I feel that is the biggest thing you can do in this world, right? And I'm really thankful for JVS because they're allowing me that platform to do that.
Wow. hope that makes you feel wonderful about why you're here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Ernesto Sanchez.
As you can see, I'm a crybaby. So first and foremost, I would like to thank the Lord and Savior, my God Almighty, because with Him, everything is possible. Secondly, I would like to thank all the people that have contributed to my success and endeavors, family and friends, and the whole JVS family. Thank you to the ones that have invested in JVS so that individuals like myself have an opportunity to continue to improve. And lastly, I would like to leave you with a few quotes by Viktor Frankl that impacted me and inspired me to change. He stated that everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. He also stated that when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. And that force beyond our control can take away everything you possess, except one thing, your freedom to choose how you respond to any situation. Thank you.
Wow. Well, the inspiring client stories that you've heard tonight represent the hundreds of thousands of lives that have been changed by JVS SoCal one job at a time. Now is your chance to make a difference and to help more people like our clients whom you've met tonight. I've asked former JVS board president and Founders Award recipient Jimmy Hausberg to join me on the stage. Thanks to the generosity of our wonderful donors, we have already raised a substantial amount leading up to tonight's event, folks, but we want to help as many clients as possible. So our live appeal goal tonight is $35,000. So everybody, please take out your cell phones. Yeah. Just text the word JVS to 41444. Every gift, Jimmy, no matter what size, has the power to impact a life through the JVS programs.
Absolutely.
There are so many who need our help. We hope you will join us tonight and together create stronger communities and brighter futures. I can assure you that any amount you're able to contribute will make a big difference to many people. All you have to do is grab your phone, text the word JVS to 41444.
And no excuses that you don't get reception up here, okay?
If you are generous enough, we will register your name up on our screen here. There are also some donation envelopes on your tables you can use should you prefer. Look at this, 5,000, oh, it's the 5,000 Hill Fund.
This anonymous is doing well.
Oh, anonymous.
75,
Listen,
everyone's participating.
Just put any amount in there and we'll change it with artificial intelligence. 18,000, our goal is 35. It's a very modest goal, ladies and gentlemen.
Carbs, thank you.
There we go. $500 for anonymous. A lot of people just don't want to be recognized. 19,000. Oh my God, we're at 20,140. Keep going, folks. This is great.
Eric,
we're on a roll.
Nick.
The train has left the station. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, Jeff Gorman, $54. We don't know how he came up with that figure, but thank you. Anyway, 28,340. We're closing in on it.
Thank you, everybody.
Really.
Appreciate it.
We can do this. Now we're at 29. This is great. When we hit 30,000, we can take a deep breath because we're closing in on the finish line. $30,000. Fantastic. Belmont Village in Westwood. $500. They do wonderful work for senior citizens. Anybody else? We'll take a check as long as you have two forms of identification. $31,455. We're closing in. This is an easy. $34,455. We've exceeded our goal of $37,000.
Thank you all.
$489. Woo!
Thank you.
Unbelievable. If you've already given generously, we are so very grateful. Some of you may be here for the very first time and perhaps as the guest of a friend or a colleague or one of the people that bought a table. We hope you have been moved by the life-changing work at JVS. Please consider making a gift this evening. I know that all of us at JVS and all of our clients will appreciate you. On behalf of the entire team at JVS SoCal and the thousands of people they serve around Southern California, thank you for stepping up and making such a huge difference tonight. We are in your debt. Bless your hearts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new JVS SoCal CEO, Jeff Carr.
Well, good evening, everyone. I guess I don't have to worry about people having a good time because there's a lot of activity here, which is fantastic. Well, I just want to thank you all for joining us tonight for the 24th annual JVS SoCal Strictly Business Awards Dinner. As the new CEO of JVS SoCal, it's an honor to be here tonight to recognize our generous honorees, donors, and sponsors for their support of our organization and the people we serve. And I'd like to start tonight by thanking Fritz for your long-standing support of JVS SoCal and this Strictly Business event. You are a precious, You're a precious treasure in our city and across the Southland, and I want to thank you for being here tonight. And to Karen and Dr. Berger, someplace down here, what you have done for this agency and our clients really is overwhelming. Your support and your relationship with RadNet has positively affected so many lives for so many people in need. So thank you for your support of JVS as well. And the teleprompter says to Barbara, but I'm going to say to Bobby and Tom Leanse. The impact that you've made on this organization and our community through your service and generosity is truly inspiring. Thank you so much for all that you do for us. And it would be impossible to not recognize Rick and Debbie Powell. I know Rick's someplace working the room right now. Rick and Debbie have carried this agency. You've carried it in your hearts and through generations of your family for years and years. And words really cannot fully express the gratitude of the JVS family to you most. So thank you so much for all you do for JVS as well. You know, tonight we've heard some incredible life experiences from those who most directly affected by the work we do, our clients. With the support of JVS, our Inspiration Award honorees are now writing powerful news stories for themselves and their families. The trajectory of all our lives can be changed by just one experience or opportunity. For me, it was while I was in college playing soccer in a developing country where I saw extreme poverty for the first time in my life. And it was that experience, and literally on that trip, that I decided to dedicate my life to working for a world where everyone has the chance to achieve economic security and a better life for themselves and their families. And I was thinking about tonight, and you know, I think all of us in this room could share a story about a moment. Maybe it was a decision, a conversation, or for some, even a tragedy that set your course to the life you find yourself living today. And that's why we need JVS SoCal. Because we meet people where they are. We walk alongside them, we care for them, we uplift them, and we help them write a new script for their lives that propels them forward towards a fulfilling career and economic prosperity. That course adjustment has a ripple effect and a multi-generational impact, not only on their lives, but on the lives of their family, and often the entire community that they come from. And now I'd like to invite current and past board presidents to join me on stage for a special presentation. So would you please welcome Ronnie Ben Simon, our current board chair, Leland Felsenthal, Jimmy Hausberg, who you already met earlier tonight, Jeff Paul, Rick Powell, Harris Smith, and none other than Jack Suzar. It's a great looking group up here. Ronnie Ben Simon, you might be the busiest man at JVS SoCal. I swear, in the last 3.5 months, he's been to every committee meeting I've ever seen here at JVS SoCal. But I'm grateful for your partnership and your support. Your family's legacy shines a bright light on the power of our work. What an amazing full circle story of impact. Leland, your years of service as our chair are without parallel, and the legacy of your family's involvement in our programs will endure, continuing to support those in need for generations to come. And now, on behalf of all of you and the entire SoCal community, I want to acknowledge and thank my predecessor, Alan Levy. Tonight's actually Alan's last night on the payroll. But more importantly, Alan has helped write a new chapter in the history of JVS SoCal. The work that Alan did here the last 7 years has truly laid the groundwork for this new era of our organization. Alan has taken JVS forward in so many additional ways, including putting us on a strong financial footing and improving our overall management. But what has stood out to me personally most is Alan's humility, his kindness, and his quiet care and compassion for our employees and the people we serve. Thanks to Alan's dedicated stewardship over the last 7 years, the future of JVS has never been brighter. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and thanking Alan Levy.
I am truly overwhelmed and humbled, so thank you very, very much. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the JVS Board of Directors and members of staff for giving me the opportunity to be the Chief Executive Officer of this remarkable agency for the past 7 years. I leave JVS with unforgettable memories and with wonderful relationships that will continue forever. A special acknowledgement to Jeff Paul, John Goldsmith, Jimmy Hausberg, Harris Smith, and of course Rick Powell for your faith in offering me the position and for all of your ongoing support. To Harris Smith and Leland Felsenthal, the two board chairs that I served under, thank you for your guidance, patience, which I know I tried time and time again, and of course, for your outstanding leadership. A wise individual once stated, if you want to go fast, go alone. However, if you want to go far, go together. JVS has gone far, and we have done this together because of your collective involvement, passion, and dedication to our mission. And for this, on behalf of all of our clients, I thank you. The time has now come to hand off the baton to the next person who will lead JVS to even greater success. I can honestly say that there is no one more qualified or better suited for this role than Jeff Carr. He was the unanimous choice of the search committee and someone who I have immensely enjoyed working alongside for the past 4 months. We are not only colleagues, but more importantly, Jeff is someone whom I consider a dear friend. Jeff, I am only sorry that we did not have more time together and hope that you learned as much from me as I have from you. I can honestly say that JVS is so fortunate to have you at the helm. To my wife, Deborah, thank you for always being so supportive of my work at JVS. I know from your experience also working at JVS that you understood the importance of the commitment to this amazing agency. In closing, I would be remiss if I did not congratulate this evening's honorees, Howard and Karen Berger, and RadNet, and of course, Barbara and Tom Leanse, Tom who I've known for 60 plus years. Thank you so much for your continued JVS support and philanthropic generosity. Thank you all again for allowing me to take this journey with you.
Congratulations to Alan. Beautiful words, an amazing job. JVS SoCal provides job training and job placement, not only for those entering the workforce, but also for those in career crisis or transition. In many sectors, technology, globalization, they're all constantly redefining the workplace and streamlining the workforce. For those who find themselves without a job later in their careers, JVS can provide a second chance to discover a new passion or to even start over in a completely new field. Our next Inspiration Award honoree tonight, Laura Beharry, struggled to re-enter the workplace after taking time off for her family. Thanks to JVS SoCal, Laura found a variety of support services and training to help prepare her for an exciting new chapter. Take a look at Laura's story.
I started my career as an assistant film editor, and I worked in Hollywood on big budget films for many years. And that was a great career. I met a lot of people, got a lot of experience. And then I took some time off to become a parent, and that was great. I really enjoyed it. But when I was ready to come back to work, the film industry had become completely digital, and there were far fewer jobs for film assistants, and the technology had completely changed. So I found myself out of the film industry and out of a job. Looking for work and facing so much rejection was so painful, and I really felt I was at an all-time low. And I was questioning, what am I doing here? What has happened to my career? What am I going to do with my life? You know, there just didn't seem to be a place for me in the workforce. And the stakes were very high. You know, I wanted to stay in LA. I wanted to keep my house. I wanted to be able to support my family and my kids. And I needed to reinvent myself. And through JVS, I was able to do that. They were such a lifesaver. At JVS, I was able to take classes on resume writing, computer skills, and even a class on social anxiety and how to manage that in the work world. With JVS's support, I was able to enroll in their Career Works medical training program. It was an 8-week class where we got excellent instruction on what it would take to start a new career in a new field. The teacher was so supportive. They told me one day, Laura, you're gonna work at RadNet. And wouldn't you know, we had our culmination ceremony on Thursday, and then Friday I was hired by RadNet. I've really enjoyed working at RadNet. I started as a clinical projects specialist, and I've been promoted to the lead. You know, when I think about where I started, just like at rock bottom, I'm so grateful to both JVS for giving me the training and the career connections, and to RadNet for hiring me and even promoting me. So I'm really looking forward to learning more and growing more with RadNet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Laura Beharry.
Thank you all. I'm deeply honored to receive this Inspiration Award from JVS. This recognition holds a special place in my heart as it represents a transformative collaboration between two organizations that have profoundly impacted my life. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to JVS for their unwavering support and dedication to empowering individuals to achieve their career aspirations. Their commitment to providing education, job training, job placement, and support services is truly commendable, and I am grateful for the opportunities JVS has created for countless individuals, including myself. In addition, I want to extend a heartfelt appreciation to my employer, RadNet. Their collaboration with JVS Medical Works has been life-changing, offering me a chance to grow both personally and professionally. The guidance and mentorship and resources provided by RadNet have been instrumental in shaping my journey in enabling me to embrace new possibilities. Thank you for believing in me, and thank you for your commitment to making a difference.
And now, please welcome the event chair of tonight's Strictly Business program, Rick Powell.
Congratulations to Laura and to our other Inspiration Award honorees tonight, Chantel and Ernesto. Your inspiring stories are a testament to your resilience and to the power of JVS SoCal, services to positively change lives and communities throughout Southern California. I would also like to extend warm congratulations to our longtime, dear, and great friends, Barbara and Tom Leanse, on your well-deserved Founders Award. And I would like to take a moment to thank Fritz Coleman for once again stepping up as host of Strictly Business. He is truly a great friend to JVS, and he has done a superb job for us tonight, as he always does. Thank you, Fritz. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge and thank Jake Simon from RadNet and Jorge Lazaro from JVS SoCal for truly all their tireless work behind the scenes to make tonight such a successful event. Thank you both. And now it is my great pleasure to announce that our grand total raised at Strictly Business this year, both leading up to the event and after tonight's live appeal, is it is truly in excess of $1.5 million, and it is because of each and every one of you that participated and supported tonight's event. A huge thank you to all of you. Every year, JVS SoCal presents the Corporate Partnership Award to an outstanding corporate partner in recognition of their significant accomplishments in corporate social responsibility and their role as philanthropic leaders in their industry. Tonight, JVS is proud to present our Corporate Partnership Award to RadNet, Dr. Howard Berger and Karen Kaplan-Berger. As many of you know, RadNet is the national leader in outpatient imaging with a network of over 375 centers and growing around the U.S. RadNet is also an essential JVS partner and has supported us for the last several years by employing over 30 JVS SoCal graduates like Laura, who you met tonight. As president and CEO of RadNet, Howard was one of the early champions of JVS's CareerWorks medical program when he was introduced to me by my dear friend, Les Biller. Howard has been supporting the program ever since, and his thoughtful and creative guidance has been invaluable to the program's growth. CareerWorks Medical is one of the 4 pillars of JVS's tuition-free career training programs since their launch in 2006. These life-changing programs have placed over 2,500 graduates into rewarding new careers. The aggregate of JVS graduate earnings is now well over $100 million annually. And a topic I hear often from my friend Howard, as artificial intelligence transforms the medical industry, RadNet and Howard are at the forefront of this existing new revolution. Howard's dynamic leadership and insights in this field position JVS graduates well for great new opportunities in the future. A big round of applause to Howard, please. Karen Kaplan-Berger's support of JVS, especially the Women's Leadership Network and its annual conference, is also much valued and appreciated. Karen practiced as a healthcare lawyer for over 35 years, both as in-house legal counsel and in private practice. She has extensive expertise with medical contract, negotiations, managed care contracting, and other related healthcare issues. And I can attest to that personally for how she helped our situation. My mom needed it very badly, so thank you, Karen. The Board of Trustees for Children's Hospital is lucky to have Karen Kaplan on the board. JVS SoCal's partnership with RadNet and the support of Howard and Karen Berger has helped improve the lives of so many JVS clients and their families. We are all deeply grateful. On a personal note, Howard and Karen are incredibly wonderful friends of mine and Debbie's. Howard is the guy to go to when you have a problem, and Karen is the glue that keeps the family together. And if you want to know anything about any kind of classic movie, Howard is the guy to ask. They are also both keen canasta players, which I hope one day to get back to. You don't want to mess with them on the canasta game. And now we have a short video highlighting RadNet's story. Please watch.
The three most important things about the retail business or the service business is service, service, service. We are completely dependent on the quality of service to continue seeing the patients that utilize our equipment. And in that regard, the single biggest and most important resource we have is our employee staff. We have close to 10,000 employees now, and the company has grown as much by the quality of the people that we've hired and brought in as much as we have by the investing that we make.
What it really comes down to is the personnel that we have in those facilities. Those are the people that see the patients every day, that basically, are the front line of patients coming in that are very sick, patients that are very concerned, they're worried, they have, a high degree of anxiety, and the people that are seeing these patients in the frontline centers are the key to our success.
RadNet, while it's been around for 40 years or so, and I've been around longer than that, I think is just at the beginning of an explosion of value that we can help guide into the healthcare space.
Our tagline is leading radiology forward, and that's what we actually try and do every day. We're certainly the largest outpatient imaging provider in the United States today. We have over 360 outpatient centers through 7 core markets. We're going to perform over 9 million outpatient imaging procedures, and we've got 10,000 team members, over 800 radiologists. We invest a tremendous amount in our technology to make sure that if a patient's coming in, the equipment that we're using is industry leading. Perhaps the best example today is our investment in artificial intelligence, and particularly in screening for breast cancer and the unique enhanced breast cancer detection program that we've put in. There's nothing like it in the country. So we're leading the way, we're showing the industry how we can do these things.
RadNet is not only taking advantage of the artificial intelligence to diagnose earlier, but actually using it as a check against our radiologists and their interpretation. I think it is very exciting. I'm very proud of RadNet's commitment, both from an investment standpoint and a development standpoint in artificial intelligence. I think artificial intelligence is going to have an enormous impact, not only on healthcare, but just almost in every area of the economy.
Providing people access to care, and that's in all geographies, all cities, all cultures, is a very important aspect of what we do at RadNet. And I think all people deserve a certain level of health care, and that's just not the people that reside in the cities. That's the people in rural areas, rural marketplaces, people that may not have access to typically like mammography or other types of services.
So I think our message and our social responsibility goes well beyond the number of patients that we see in our centers, but it reverberates out into the communities that we serve when we're really trying to do the best we can for mankind and for our patients and for our population.
JVS mission, empowering individuals to achieve dignity and economic independence through sustainable employment, is only made possible by our partnerships with loyal advocates like RadNet and the Burgers. It is my great pleasure to present the Strictly Business Corporate Partnership Award for 2023 to RadNet, Dr. Howard Berger and Karen Kaplan Berger.
First of all, let me thank and mention the two other extraordinary individuals who every day lift me up by their encouragement and support. Norman Hames, the President and Chief Operations Officer for the West Coast, and Steve Forthuber, the President and Chief Operations Officer for the East Coast. RadNet wouldn't be who RadNet is without these two remarkable individuals. I want to divert for just a moment from my prepared remarks to mention two people who would have been here but are no longer with us, but who've had a very substantial influence and impact on my life and RadNet. The first, who some of you may know because he was certainly a fixture here in Southern California, Michael Schwartz, who was a dear friend of mine for 35 years, and whose wife, Jan and Julie, are in the audience here today. So I wanted you to know that Michael is here with us. The other, most of you know, both as a personal friend and somebody who served as the chief counsel for RadNet for 20 years, Jeff Linden, and his wife and family are here. Their memory is an inspiration for all of the efforts that we continue to make every day to create a better place for not just RadNet, but for our community. Good evening, and thank you for being here tonight. I am humbled and honored to stand before you and express my deepest gratitude on behalf of all the honorees at this JVS event. First and foremost, I want to emphasize the immeasurable importance of the JVS SoCal organization. JVS has been a pillar of support and empowerment for individuals seeking to enhance their lives through education, training, and employment opportunities. The tireless efforts of this organization have transformed countless lives, opening doors and creating pathways to success. I would like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the leadership of JVS for their unwavering dedication and visionary guidance. It is through their passion and commitment that JVS has become a beacon of hope, providing resources and inspiration to individuals at various stages of their careers. Their steadfast belief in the potential of every individual has made a remarkable impact on our community. 4 years ago, dear friends of Karen and myself, Les and Sherry Biller, who I am privileged to say are in the audience, introduced us to the JVS SoCal leadership. Through their foundation, Les and Sherry wanted to expand their CareerWorks initiatives into the Los Angeles healthcare community. Since inception, CareerWorks Medical has graduated 140 students, 30 of which have become employees of RadNet. In the last lyric of the last song of the last Beatle album, Abbey Road, just before the group disbanded, Paul McCartney penned, "And in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make." The extraordinary turnout tonight to honor our friends, Tom and Barbara Leanse, as well as Karen and me, and the over $1.5 million raised for tonight's event is a reflection of love and respect for us, as well as JVS. The generosity of these contributions will certainly provide each of you the opportunity to take the love of the so many people whose lives will be impacted and elevated. Lastly, I want to thank my wife Karen, my family and friends, and my RadNet family and friends for their love and support in helping RadNet and me achieve this honor. RadNet has become more than a place to get an imaging procedure. The dedication and commitment to improve health care delivery is a reflection of the extraordinary management and staff that work every day to fulfill my adage, good medicine is good business. In conjunction with JVS and our hospital partners, the future for RadNet is in good hands. Thank you.
Good evening. I am truly honored to be here tonight. I know it's late, and I know what you're all thinking right now. How long is she going to talk, and how am I going to get my car out of the parking lot? So I'm sure you'll be happy to know that I'm going to keep my remarks short. That all said, I could not end the night without expressing my personal appreciation to all of those who made this evening possible. First and foremost, I want to thank JVS for the amazing work that they do day in and day out to improve the lives of so many individuals through their education, job training, and employment services. Howard and I are very proud to be associated with this exceptional organization and to be recognized with this year's Corporate Partnership Award on behalf of RadNet and its employees. To our wonderful friends, Barbara and Tom, congratulations on receipt of this year's Founders Award. There are no two people I can think of that are more deserving. We are so honored to have been sharing the evening with you both, and we are even more thankful for your love and your friendship. A big thank you also to all of the RadNet sponsors and all the RadNet employees. Your generosity and support have been absolutely overwhelming. We thank you for recognizing JVS and for taking the time to be here tonight, many of you from the East Coast, and we appreciate all the time and effort that you made to come here. Of course, I want to thank our family, all the Bergers and the Kaplans for being here tonight, and all of our friends for your love and encouragement. You keep us going and enrich our lives every day, and we're blessed to have all of you in our lives. Although Rick mentioned these two individuals earlier, and I think Barbara mentioned too, I also would like to personally recognize and thank Jorge M. Lazaro from JVS and Jake Simon from RadNet. Yes. Jorge is the consummate professional. He encouraged us, kept us focused and organized throughout the whole process. Jake is not only a valued RadNet employee, but he's also an honorary member of the Berger family. And in addition to his day job, Jake put in endless hours coordinating the invitation list, helping with the video, seating chart. If you don't like your seat, see Jake. If you liked it, see me. Anyway, well, a big thank you to both Jorge and Jake. Rick and Debbie Powell. Rick, thank you for your kind introduction tonight, and thank you to you both for all your guidance and support during these last 6 months leading up to the event tonight. Howard and I are very, very fortunate to call Rick and Debbie our friends. I assure you that there's no one but Rick who could have persuaded Howard and me to agree to this honor tonight. But as everybody who knows Rick Powell, and anybody knows, it's absolutely impossible to say no to Rick Powell. You guys are the best, and we love you both. Last but not least, I just want to say publicly to my wonderful husband, Howard, how proud I am of you, not just tonight, but always. I'm impressed every day by what you have been able to accomplish as the founder and CEO of RadNet, and I'm inspired every day by all the people you've been able to help, now including JVS and JVS graduates. And I love you very much. This has been a memorable evening for RadNet, for Howard, and for me. There's absolutely no words that can express our thanks to all of you who have been here tonight. Thank you for coming and sharing it with us. Stay safe, stay well, and don't kill each other in the parking lot. Thank you.
Congratulations, Howard and Karen. Now, our last bit of business tonight, we're going to auction off a full-body MRI. We'd like to start the bidding at $50,000. Who's in it? $50,000. Anyway, not for me. Folks, later this year in November, the WLN celebrates its 11th anniversary at their annual Woman-to-Woman conference, hosted again by the wonderful Giselle Fernandez, right here at the Skirball Center. Here's a short preview of what's to come. That'll be an inspiring day. Congratulations to all of our honorees tonight, and a final reminder, our urgent appeal continues, so please consider donating if you haven't done so already. thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for all your generous support. Please drive home safely. Good night.